Hey everybody, Summit starts tomorrow and I'm so excited about this schedule. I want to do one last video for you, just give you an overview of the high quality of folks who are showing up this year to give presentations on cases. And so I want to walk you through this schedule as this just got finalized and everything's falling into place so nicely. So I'm really excited about this. Starting the beginning on Thursday morning at 8:30 a.m. That's me. I'm going to give you a big overview of what we've been doing this year and what's to come and what's going on with the software and the games and all the developments, and talk a little more about some of the speakers that are coming up. After me is a video. So for the video audience, is video Judy Carlson. She's just finished a pilot study in Hawaii on PTSD, and she's going to be presenting the results on that. And that's going to be a video that I'm very excited about. I haven't even seen it yet, so I'm really, really excited about that one. After that, Roxana is going to be talking about synchrony, and she's going to have our own film producers, Beth and Lou, who are going to be here, and they've been trying the couples synchrony with her. They're going to be on stage and talk about their experience with that. And after that, another video for the video audience with me and my mom walking around, and we're going to have the little baby with us in the video. So if you're in for some cute baby shots, they're in that video. And we're also going to be talking about what's new, the new developments, and what she's going to be talking about on the next day in her presentation. After that, some great case presentations. We have a new format this year, so 3 presentations and then a 15-minute discussion filling that 60-minute hour. So that's going to be a nice, different setup from the way we've done it in past years, and I think it's going to work really, really well. I'm excited about it. So those 3 first case presentations, Kiara Good, Claire Chisholm, and our own Alpha Theta instructor, Evie Shapiro. We're very excited about those. And then at lunch, the theme this year is the 1920s, it's the roaring 20s, it's innovation, it's growth, and around that theme we're having this retrospective lunch to look back at our own history and go back and talk about the protocol changes over the years and the various innovations that have allowed us to get where we've gotten today and the speed of innovation. And that is a really fun lunch. And so enjoy that with us. That's for the video audience as well. And after that, this is Virginia and Darla traveled to India and taught there at the Tibetan children's villages. And these are these displaced children from Tibet who have been displaced to India. And they are teaching the instructors there how to offer neurofeedback to these kids, and they work with some kids there who have special needs as well. And their stories are wonderful and beautiful and heartwarming, and their reception at these Tibetan children's villages are just so heartwarming, and they have some comical anecdotes of trying to find their way around. So that is going to be a really fun one. After that, John Meckert and probably me as well, we're going to talk a little bit about just new technology. So John goes to all these conferences and talks about all this different tech that's available. And so he's going to give us some highlights of that fringe. What is the new stuff that's bubbling on the edge? And so I'm really excited to sit down and hopefully chat with him. And after John, we have me and Siegfried in another video. How do we explain infralow to people? So, you know that question we get from the engineer who's like, well, wait, what is 0.0001 millihertz? How is that even possible? What are you doing? And what is synchrony? How do we explain this not just to the serious engineer, but also to the client? So how do we explain those difficult questions? And so we'll have fun getting into that. More case presentations after that. Kelly Villegas, Marina Udina, and Shirley Parker after that. Great cases there. A game tips video from Ryan. He's the president of Somatic Vision, so he's the guy behind all these games that are in Signet, and he's going to give you some tips and tricks. How do we, use the particular games? When do we pick a particular game, and for what client? And how do we think through these? And gives you a little view. I think some people are sometimes afraid to try a particular game because it's like, oh, I don't know how to use it, so I don't want my clients to try to figure it out while I'm there. So hopefully this tips and tricks video gets you a lot more comfortable with what those games are and how to find your way around, so you can check those out. And finally, Siegfried laying the basis for the new protocols. Friday morning, of course, is my mom, what you're all here for, and she's going to give her clinical update, lots of new protocol discussions and things that have been going on this year, innovations on what we already have, and brand new discussions. Right After that, Siegfried and I have a video. Is neurofeedback reaching the tipping point? Are we at a tipping point? And after Sue's presentation, two folks, one who was really instrumental in creating the new protocol set that's out there, Allison, and then also Christy Kirby, who has been trying this new protocol set. They're both going to be giving cases right after my mom there to present on what they've been seeing with these new protocols. And then after that, my mom and I have another walk in the hills on video as we also tackle this question of explaining neurofeedback. And that's part 1 of that series. I'm so excited to have Dominic Vachon. He is going to be presenting on the science of compassion. This is his upcoming book that's coming out this summer, and he's going to be presenting on the science of compassion. So that's going to be an hour talk, and I'm very, very excited about that one. That one's really, really special that he's willing to do that for us here, for this audience, for you guys. At lunch, we're answering a question. So there's lots of scary stuff and nonsense and fear around other people doing other things. And so I really created a video interview series talking to folks who were doing these different methods. Good therapists doing PEMF, RTMS, CES. What are these sorts of new things you're hearing about with pulsed electromagnetic fields? What are they? How do we understand them? And who's doing them? So these are all clinicians. I didn't talk to any vendors. These are all clinicians talking about the history, the clinical use, and so psychiatrists, psychologists, and we also talked to Len Oakes, who's the inventor of the lens method. After that, my marketing presentation, where I'm going to invite our international folks. Jeffrey Tan, our partner from Hong Kong, Philip Goffrio and Micah Wiedemann are primary instructors for the giant European team of instructors. They're all going to join me on the stage and talk a bit about international growth as we have a conversation with you all about marketing and growth and how we think about marketing. Following that, Matt Fleischman is going to come up and talk about growth with agencies and how do we get more agencies involved. We think that that's a big part of the growth path going forward. Beyond that, that's me and Siegfried talking about this question that everybody needs: randomized controlled trials. We need more randomized controlled trials. And we struggle to answer that question because we have the randomized controlled trials that we need. Why do we need more? And how do we answer that question? So Siegfried and I work on that one in another video. More wonderful case presentations after that from Steve Berquist, our own Virginia Rojas, our Latin American instructor, and Cheryl Tan. After that, part 2 of explaining neurofeedback with me and my mom. On Saturday morning, Siegfried gets up there and theory of infralow frequency neurofeedback. And then after that, another video as my mom and I talk about the core process and her new announcement in there that you're going to learn about in the summit. And after her, Doreen McMahon talking about Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and pandas. Yuri Kropotov in Russia, equivalent of the Nobel Prize winner in Russia, talking about biomarkers update. He is this amazing researcher in QEEG and evoked potentials, and he's going to be talking to me on video interview. Then a big presentation from Adrian Owen himself. This is the main researcher behind Cambridge Brain Sciences, and this is a new testing tool that we've been talking about and that we've been using. And Matt Fleischman has been using this with the agency work, and we're really, really excited about this. So they're going to be presenting on testing, the need for it, the science behind it, and some tools for testing. At lunchtime, Michael H. Cohen, we're going to review a talk from him before and add some modern commentary on top of it. And this is talking about scope of practice issues, legal scope issues, so I'm looking forward to that one. Case studies, as we wind up the summit, case studies from Terry Moore and a powerful one from David Bailey. Some summit highlights. You're going to hear some clips from the best of at the summit. And as we come into the finish line, our own William Neese here from our clinic, Hanno Kirk, wrapping this up with a severe cult abuse case. And so we've got some some interesting cases that are going to wrap up the summit at the end. And then I get to sit down with Beth Dolan from Stranger at Home documentary, and we're going to talk a little bit about their progress. You met them a couple years back, and they're the ones behind the filming here in the summit. And Beth and I are going to sit down and talk a little bit about their documentary and where it is. And finally, closing remarks from Siegfried. So I'm so excited about the schedule. And remember, those of you attending live, we have breakfast outside from 7:30 to 8:30 in the morning. Registration is here at the front desk. Come join us. We have new protocols for you to try. So if you come into the clinic and you actually are going to get to use the session rooms in the clinic and sign up to use the session rooms during the summit. So there'll be a sign up. You can tech support and try the sessions. We're going to have all the new protocols up there on the wall for you to see. And we also have yoga. Many of you don't know that, at the Hilton in the mornings from 6:30 to 7:30 in the morning, or 7:20 in the morning. We have yoga. In that, the yoga mats are provided, and it's right here at the Hilton. So most people are staying at the Hilton, so they can just pop down and do that. And that is our invitation to the 2019 Clinical Summit. We are so excited to have you. Tomorrow, we will see you very, very soon. Such an exciting schedule. We'll see you then.